Tonight is a community service of the New York Institute of Technology.
Covering the news of Nassau and Suffolk Counties, Long Island News Tonight with Ken Eckhart, Carol Peck, and the award-winning LI News team. Good evening. I'm Ken Eckhart, and here's what's happening. Well, most Long Islanders expected to wake up to a wintry mix this morning, but what we got was just more snow, and the unexpected accumulation caused havoc on the roadways, with numerous reports of spin-outs and accidents. By early this afternoon, northern Nassau County had picked up an extra 3 inches of snow, and after being hit hard by several storms already this winter, people say they're fed up.
I'm tired of shoveling and cleaning my car off, and people not plowing right, and snow being on my street, so I'm done with it.
I'm mad at Mother Nature. I really think I'm very upset. No more snow.
But there's more snow to come. Forecasters say there could be accumulations of up to 8 to 12 inches overnight on parts of the island. And that prediction has many residents concerned about commuting on roads that they say have been less than perfectly plowed.
Well, I live in Suffolk County, and there's been like 2 inches of ice on the road, like since it snowed on the day at like the weekend after Christmas. So haven't really been doing the best job, but it snowed a lot, so I can't really complain.
I'm worried about getting up this little hill. I'm trying to move to the parking lot on the top, but I don't think it's going to happen.
It's reported the snow that fell earlier today caused more than 300 accidents in Nassau and Suffolk counties. The Long Island Railroad added 4 extra trains this afternoon to carry commuters who wanted to leave the city a little earlier than usual. And the Long Island Power Authority says it's monitoring the storm closely and has scheduled extra crews tonight to handle any power outage problems. The winter storm warning issued by the National Weather Service continues until 6 a.m. tomorrow. But while it may be an inconvenience to many of us, all the snow we've been having is good business for hardware stores. As Dana Arshan reports, even the smaller stores have had a steady supply of customers coming in for winter weather supplies.
The snow is certainly coming down hard, but its persistence is not necessarily keeping people from going out. In fact, Nobman's hardware store in Oyster Bay says it's thriving.
We have what our customers want, right? So all they got to do is come down here and get it.
This hardware store has been around for more than 100 years, and its loyal customers say they can rely on it to always have what they need to survive the winter.
Basically got a bunch of shovels, actually bought some here at Nobman's, and just get ice melt out there. You don't want to be responsible for somebody to wipe out.
This winter, save yourself back problems. Here at Nobman's, there are special shovels that are already bent for you, so you don't have to do the bending yourself.
In addition to a variety of shovels, the shop also sells salt and calcium chloride. Both serve the same purpose, but calcium is greener for the environment. Also, you can find plant and pet-friendly mixtures in both types of snow melt. Manager George Gow reminds us that when shoveling, always bend at the knees and not the back. And it's this type of advice that keeps customers coming back.
Nobman's is great. They have everything except sandwiches, which you get across the street.
In Oyster Bay, Dana Arshan, LI News Tonight.
The National Weather Service says we've had 3 times the normal amount of snow for the month of January. And as of yesterday, it says more than 20 inches of snow had fallen in Islip this month. And that doesn't include any accumulation from today. And the National Weather Service says it expects at least another 10 inches of snow to fall in Islip tonight. In other news today, the Nassau Interim Finance Authority today decided to take control of Nassau County's finances in an effort to close the county's budget deficit. The NYIT decision halts the county's short-term borrowing for operating expenses, and it could eventually lead to a wage freeze for thousands of county employees. But a freeze was not immediately imposed. It's reported county officials plan to fight the authority's decision in court. President Barack Obama is urging better cooperation between Democrats and Republicans as they struggle to deal with the country's economic problems and soaring debts. In his State of the Union address last night, Obama talked about spending in core areas like infrastructure, while also working to rein in the debt.
Our infrastructure used to be the best, but our lead has slipped. South Korean homes now have greater internet access than we do. Countries in Europe and Russia invest more in their roads and railways than we do. China's building faster trains and newer airports. Meanwhile, when our own engineers graded our nation's infrastructure, they gave us a D. We have to do better.
In dealing with economic troubles, Obama alluded to 50 years ago when the Soviets beat the United States into space by launching its Sputnik satellite. He says this is another similar period in history.
Half a century ago, when the Soviets beat us into space with the launch of a satellite called Sputnik, we had no idea how we would beat them to the moon. The science wasn't even there yet. NASA didn't exist. But after investing in better research and education, we didn't just surpass the Soviets. We unleashed a wave of innovation that created new industries and millions of new jobs. This is our generation's Sputnik moment.
In other highlights of the State of the Union address last night, the president said he wants 98% of Americans to have access to high-speed internet as part of a broader plan to speed up the economic recovery with greater infrastructure spending. And the president wants to begin spending on a national rail network with a goal of providing access to high-speed rail to 80% of Americans within 25 years. The Republicans used their response time to the State of the Union address to warn of economic disaster if America doesn't get serious about its budget deficit. An arson investigation is underway on Long Island after authorities say a Molotov cocktail was thrown through the front plate glass window of a home in Freeport. The fire early this morning was extinguished quickly, and no injuries were reported. Nassau County Police say the device set fire to the living room and caused moderate damage. A 75-year-old woman was rescued from that home. And U.S. health officials have raised their estimate of how many Americans have diabetes to nearly 26 million. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released the new estimate today, and it means about 1 in 12 Americans have diabetes, a disease in which the body has trouble processing sugar. The new figure marks a 9% increase from the 2008 estimate. Health officials believe diabetes is becoming more common for two reasons. More people are developing obesity-related type 2 diabetes, and people who have it are living longer. But CDC officials say an additional blood sugar test that's now used more widely may also be responsible for as much as half of the increase. Stay with us. We'll be back with world news headlines and the weather forecast when LI News Tonight continues.
Nassau homeowners who disagree with their property tax assessments can learn how to challenge them at a workshop at the East Meadow Public Library on Thursday, February 3rd at 1 p.m. For more information, call 516-794-2570. Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of women. Wear something red to raise awareness of heart disease on National Wear Red Day on Friday, February 4th. For more information, call the American Heart Association at 516-450-9111. See a screening of My Spectacular Theater about a man who finds refuge in a Beijing movie theater for the blind at Abilities in Albertson on Saturday, February 5th at 8 p.m. For more information, log on to www.realabilities.org. Or celebrate the Chinese New Year at the Ward Melville Heritage Organization Cultural Center in Stony Brook on Sunday, February 6th from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. For more information, call 631-689-5888. If you have an event you'd like included on the LI News Tonight community calendar, send it to linewstonight@nyit.edu.
Press play to start your future. Learn the industry. Use the technology. Become an expert in television reporting, journalism, radio, digital film, public relations and advertising, television production, digital graphics, a beautiful state-of-the-art campus, a road to the job you've always wanted, in the media capital of the world. Communication Arts at NYIT. When can you start?
Among the headlines around the world today, a small gathering of Egyptian anti-government activists tried to stage a second day of protests in Cairo today in defiance of a ban on any gatherings. But police moved in and used force to disperse the group. It's reported the activists used social networking sites to call for fresh demonstrations. But Facebook, a key tool used to organize the protest, appeared to be at least partially blocked by the afternoon. Dozens of protesters gathered in downtown Cairo, chanting in opposition to longtime authoritarian President Hosni Mubarak. As police charged the crowd, beating and arresting the demonstrators, they chanted, "Peaceful, peaceful." Malaysia wants to put the bite on dengue fever with the help of genetically modified mosquitoes. Officials have already conducted an experiment in which about 6,000 non-biting modified male mosquitoes were released into a forest. The test is meant to pave the way for the use of male mosquitoes to mate with females that spread dengue fever, which killed 134 people in Malaysia last year. The idea is that the female and genetically modified male mosquitoes will produce offspring with shorter lives to reduce the mosquito population. But environmentalists fear it might have unforeseen consequences, such as the accidental creation of uncontrollable mutated mosquitoes. And Tunisia's justice minister says the country has issued an international arrest warrant for ousted President Zine Al Abidi Ben Ali. It's reported the charges against Ben Ali include taking money out of the country illegally. The minister also said today that more than 11,000 prisoners escaped from the North African nation's prisons during the unrest that overthrew Ben Ali. That is about a third of the country's prison population. About 1,500 prisoners have returned behind bars. Ben Ali fled to Saudi Arabia over a week ago after 23 years in power, pushed out by weeks of deadly protests driven by anger over joblessness, corruption, and repression. The Labrador Retriever apparently has a lot of fans. The American Kennel Club says the Labrador Retriever is the most popular dog in America, and that's for the 20th straight year. The German Shepherd is ranked second, with the Yorkshire Terrier third, and the Beagle and the Golden Retriever round out the top 5. A new website called Ongo wants to charge people $7 per month to look at news that is, for the most part, free elsewhere. But the people behind it, former eBay executives, say they think there's a large audience of heavy news consumers who will pay for a site that pulls together quality stories in one place and lays them out in a clean, ad-free format. The site launched this week has financial backing from some of the country's biggest publishers. Online advertising has not generated enough revenue for newspapers to offset declines in print, so charging on the web has surfaced as a potential solution. But that's difficult when readers have scores of free options elsewhere. Well, as we told you, we had a snowy day today, and the high was in the mid-30s. Tonight, a mix of rain and snow, with accumulations expected a low around 30. Tomorrow, morning snow showers, with a high in the mid-30s. For Friday, chance of snow showers, a high in the low 30s. Saturday, chance of snow showers, a high in the low 30s. Finally, by Sunday, chance of a sunny day with a high in the upper 20s. And that's it for NYIT's LI News Tonight. I'm Ken Eckhart. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.